Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn daily energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate, and if it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get our chakra cards, and we're going to look at what area you may possibly need to look at, or what area may possibly be blocked for you. Then we're going to get some tarot. We're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with today, what you may need to look at today, and then what may possibly be coming in for you. All right, so let's get... We have third eye chakra, and that is your intuition and your inner guidance, and I feel like that one's been coming out a lot for Capricorn, so I feel like that's something that you maybe is blocked, and maybe that's something that you need to look at. All right, what you may possibly be struggling with is focusing on the good energy, focusing on the positive, looking at the cup half full rather than half empty. What you may need to look at could be a Leo, also strength. It could be confidence. It could be handling a situation in a kind way. There could be something that you're really angry about. So I feel like it's don't react to it. Kind of take that step back until you can kind of calm yourself down to handle the situation. Future energies, Four of Pentacles. I feel like that's looking out for yourself. Knowing that you don't want to keep yourself in energy where you can't focus on the positive. Bottom of the deck, we have Five of Pentacles. This is just a temporary hardship, okay? So I feel like today, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be today. It could be, you know, any time soon. It could be that you have an off day where you're like, sometimes we have those days where we're just angry or we're irritated, or you know, we just can't focus on the positive. We're just, everything rubs us the wrong way. We can't see things. That's not a day to handle a situation that requires you to have composure and to be calm about it. And I feel like it's almost looking at yourself and judging your own moods, right? Judging your own moods and knowing, okay, today's not the day for me to handle those things. Today's not the day for me to get into something that is kind of harder to handle, or something that is really requires my attention. You know, it's just like when you look at someone else, right, and you have something to say to them, and it's something important, and it's something that you want to have that conversation with, that you know when to talk to them about it, and you know when you shouldn't. Like if they just come home from work, or they're really tired, they've been through a lot, they've had a rough day, that's not the day to be talking, having a serious conversation with that person, because they're not going to be fully focused on it, and they're already tired and exhausted, and you know, you judge that person's mood, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to do this now, the time doesn't feel right. So I feel like kind of today is, I'm not going to handle this situation, whatever this situation represents for you today, because my mood now is not the time to deal with it. And it's almost like learning to look at yourself and your own moods and your own energies to see, is this really a day that I should be handling this? Is this really a day that I should deal with this? Again, Five of Pentacles, this is temporary. Sometimes we have those things on our mind that we just want to get off our chest, or we just want to say things, or we just want to like get through it. But it's like, if we push through it and we're not really ready, then we're not going to get the results that we want. So it's better just to wait. It's better just to hold off. Again, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So it's just like kind of at a standstill, because the horse is just kind of standing there, and it's just like, okay, let's just wait this out. Because sometimes it's like, well, I don't want to wait for the answer. I don't want to wait for this to work through. And you can't rise above, because this is what you're struggling with, is you're feeling like you're alone. You're feeling like you can't get past the situation. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling frustrated. But again, what you need to look at is the King of Swords, and thinking it through and say, you know what, today's not the day. Today's not the time. what you could do, the actions that you could take, is to write everything down on a piece of paper, right? Sometimes if we write that down on a journal, or we write it down on a piece of paper and we say, okay, this is what I'm feeling today, and kind of, so that way, in a way, we get that energy out. We get that out on the paper. We're able to get it out of our head. And then when we calm down and we feel like we're better, and we feel like we're able to handle situations, then we can deal with it now. And then we can look at what we wrote down, and sometimes that could change about what it is that is bothering us or that we have on our mind. Opening your eyes to your own moods, opening your eyes to, okay, am I really ready to handle a situation? Am I really ready to deal with it? Sometimes we just, for future energies, we have Seven of Swords. Sometimes there are things that we have to walk away, but I almost feel like it's, that also has to do with like deception, but I feel like sometimes we think we're ready to handle or do something, but we're really not. But you're learning, right? You're learning. I feel like a lot of people just don't know themselves. Like we put so much energy and effort learning about other people or figuring out other people that we don't put enough time within ourselves and our own emotions and our own feelings, and knowing when is the time to handle something and when is the time to walk away, right? And then Knight of Cups, then we feel like once we've kind of gone through this energy, it's like, okay, I'm feeling better, I'm ready to reach out, I'm ready to handle it because I've had time to step away, I've had time to think about it, I've had time to process it, I've had time to work through it. And now you're feeling like, okay, yeah, I can handle the situation, and I can handle it because if you're in the right frame of mind, then you're able to get through it as a conversation rather than a battle. And again, looking at that third eye chakra, which is that intuition and that inner guidance, that maybe that's trying to tell you, okay, let's hold off on this situation today because it's not going to get the best results. Look at this. And now that we've waited, right, you've processed it, you've looked through it, you've written things down, you've kind of turned your mood around, and then we have the Sun card. And then we have that Knight of Swords, and almost looking at and saying, you know what, it really was good for me to step away today. It really was good for me to back off. It really was good for me to have that time to myself because I was so frustrated and worked up about something that I wasn't going to approach the situation in a positive way, that I was able to rein myself in, that I was able to take control of the situation, that I wasn't just going to go and maybe create even more of a problem because you weren't in the right frame of mind, that you were able to get your own emotions and your own feelings under control. We have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. We have Chariot, which is Cancer sign. So the Hierophant is kind of, I feel like you're feeling more grounded. Like you're feeling like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling happier. I'm feeling like I can deal with this situation, and I'm ready to move forward in a positive way, and having that positive energy that I will be able to get through this situation. And I almost feel like it's a learning lesson for future situations, right? Learning that in the future that this is how I need to handle it. This is how I need to get through this. New actions, right? The Page of Wands. And saying, okay, I need to take time out. I need to not be stuck in this energy. I need to not let this bother me. I need to be able to let go of my frustrations and irritations before I move forward. And it's learning about yourself, seeing things from a different perspective. I love this card, the Hanging Man. It's taking a step back, which is exactly what you did up here. You took that step back and you processed it, and then you saw it from a different perspective, as saying that if I don't clear my mind, if I don't clear my energy, that I'm going to create bigger problems, that I need to listen to that inner voice that's saying, wait, hold back, hold back, hold back, right? That now's not the time to have this conversation or deal with the situation. And learning more about ourselves. If we can learn more about ourselves, then we'll understand ourselves more, and we'll know when we need to focus on the positive, and we need to take that step back for ourselves. All right, we have Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. So that's like being in the current energy, right? Realizing, okay, now's not the time to deal with this, and that I will work through this. I'll be in the Hangman energy. I'll take a step back, I'll process it, and then I will move forward. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.